Howdy everybody, my name is Isaac Snively, and we are going to talk a little bit about my constitution for Guam as the 51st state of the United States of America. The Constitution of Guam states that we the people of Guam, in order to form a more perfect state within the United States, establish justice, ensure domestic peace, provide for the common goals, promote the general health, happiness, and fortunes, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our generations to come, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the island of Guam. In these slides, we will go over citizenship, voting, how leaders are chosen, basic rights, the judicial system, government funding, property rights, the provisions for the Constitution, and the dividing of powers of both state and the federal government. In Article 1 of the Constitution, we talk about citizenship. Citizenship will be decided upon place of birth. Those born on Guam and those with indigenous blood, also known as Chamorro blood, will be able to have the right of citizenship. Citizenship can also be determined through the federal government's application process. Article 2. Voting. You must be at least 22 years old in order to vote. I understand this may cause a stir in those who believe that 18 years old is the age for people to start making decisions on their own, and therefore should inherit the responsibility to vote for the leaders of our state who will determine the direction of our state. However, I believe youth 18 years to 21 years old are not well educated on real world problems, and therefore are not equipped with enough information and knowledge to have a say in the direction of the society of Guam. Voting will be voluntary. There will be no literary qualification tests, and voting rights will be for those who are U.S. citizen resident, non-U.S. citizen resident for 10 plus years, taxpayers, and those who receive Social Security benefits. There will also be an ID requirement before being able to vote. Article 3. Leadership. Our governor, senators, and congressmen/congresswomen will all be elected by a popular vote of the public. This way, the people will be able to have more power in choosing their elected officials. Article 4 will provide the basic rights to the people of Guam, including the right of the freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom of religion, freedom from discrimination, freedom from slavery, freedom of the press, and freedom of commerce. Article 5 will be the judiciary system. We will have a judiciary system, judges, and different court levels. As said in Article 1, citizenship cannot be revoked, so criminals do not lose their citizenship. It is the responsibility of the state to keep its citizens and punish criminals without taking away their citizenship. Appeals of a conviction will be available to the public. A system is to be put in place that will process the appeal and determine whether the appeal be reasonable and legitimate. Article 6. Government funding. The government will have the right to make taxes in order to provide back to the community of Guam. Businesses will not be controlled by the government, but the government will have a standard for businesses to follow to keep public safety and well-being. Article 7. Property rights. The people of Guam have the right to own homes, land, businesses, and of the sort. However, they may not in any manner perform, orchestrate, or plan any action that may infringe on the basic human rights of others. Last but not least, Article 8. The provisions for the Constitution. It can be amended or scrapped. Representatives of the public will be able to propose such amendments and have conventions to discuss such amendments in order to come to the conclusion of ratifying an amendment with a majority vote. In closing, the dividing of powers are as stated. State governments will have the power to take its own actions to reach or supersede the federal standard of healthcare. They will be able to implement curriculums in education systems, handle crime and public safety, and they will be able to make laws on immigration regarding state benefits, licensing, education, and employment. As for the federal government, they have the power to set the standard for public health care and public education systems. They also have the power to conduct a military and authorize visas, green cards, and citizenship. With these articles in place and the division of power between state and federal governments laid out, we look forward for the new product of the 51st state of the United States of America to be a success in creating a place for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.